Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 35, and today, as you can see, we are ending Season 2 with St Johnstone with our 4 final Premier League games. As you saw with the table there as well, mathematically, we are now safe in the Premier League. We confirmed it in the last episode after our big 4-0 win over Middlesbrough, which is our biggest win of the season and the series as well. And as I did say at the end of that episode, after drawing with Liverpool 1-1, the faint chance of qualifying for the Europa League had pretty much officially gone. So because of that, I thought 4 games to go, it's not worth playing them really. We may as well simulate them as we get ready. We get ready for Russia 2018, which starts in the next episode, our first national tournament with Scotland. So we simulate the final 4 games. You saw the first 2 there. We lost to Southampton and could have and should have beat Spurs at home as well. We were 1-0 up, missed a penalty through Shane Gray, and then Danny Rose scored a late equalising goal for them to make it 1-1. We also had a scouting update from Jack as well, who's now begun his his new 9-month mission, the 3rd one since being part of our scouting network. And we picked up 1 player to our academy as well, Malcolm Mitchell, 51-69, 70-94 potential as well, and put yet another Ewan McDonald in our academy too. And as you can see too, straight away after putting Malcolm Mitchell into our academy, he's 59 overall, and I don't know why, I just feel something good about this one. So he's got 70-94 potential, he's a cam, 16 years old, so we give him a contract straight away. Already his stats aren't bad for a 16-year-old. We offer him a contract, and keep your eye on this young player. You'll see why come the end of the episode, or well, really, just in a few minutes' time. But still, following that, as you can see, we had 2 more simulated games to play in the season to end Season 2. We played Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium, and we lost this game pretty convincingly. And the final game was just across the road at Old Trafford at Manchester United, as Mitchell accepted his contract there, and we also lost this game as well. So 2 defeats to end the season off, 3 defeats in our final 4 games, plus that draw with Spurs there. That was the 4 simulated games to end the season. So the final Premier League table looks like this. 38 games played, it's all over. Manchester United were crowned champions. The top 4 was United, Arsenal, Spurs, City, Watford, Hull and Aston Villa were relegated, and St Johnstone, the first year in the Premier League, finished in 14th place with 47 points. And I gotta say, that's a really, really good debut season. I know we were the league's 2nd lowest scorers with just 31 goals, so next season, of course, as I've already said, we will need a new striker, no doubt about it whatsoever. But to finish in 14th place, secure safety, that's all I wanted in the first season. It's all I wanted. I wasn't asking for a Europa League place, wasn't even asking for a top half finish. All I wanted in our first season was to secure safety for another Premier League season next year. That's exactly what we did, and we did it with games to spare as well. So in my opinion, very solid first season. Lots to build on, lots still to improve as the years go by. That is definitely true, but I would still say on the pitch, to secure safety with a few games to spare, that's all I wanted, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm delighted with that, and you can see we've got loads of prize money as well for our finish in the table. I wonder how much of that will get in our transfer budget next season. Probably not 60 million plus, but I'll be hoping for a few million to say the least. But anyway, Malcolm Mitchell accepted his contract, 60 overall. He shows great potential, which is fantastic. But this is why I'm really pleased to get this guy in, because he becomes the first ever St Johnstone player with 5-star skills. High-low work rates, cam and CF, his listed positions. And I've got to say, I'm very, very, very happy about him coming into the first team, because I really wanted a 5-star skiller. You know, we've got a 4-star skiller in Shane Gray. I believe Alistair Gray as well, another youth player in our team, is 4-star skills as well. But I want a 5-star skiller. I love using skill moves. I'm not as good as I used to be when it comes down to being a skiller, but I love 5-star skill moves on my players. And him as our cam for the future, Malcolm Mitchell, showing great potential as well. That's really, really cool. So I just had a feeling when I put him into the academy that he may have something about him that sort of sets him apart from the other academy players, and 5-star skills is what it is. So I'm delighted about that, and he is our first ever 5-star youth player. But also as well, Riley McNeil and Ewan McDonald were given contracts as well. McNeil wanted to terminate his deal, and I gave one to Ewan McDonald as well, another Ewan McDonald, the second one now in our first team. Just real briefly as well, how annoying is it that there are so many players players in this St Johnstone team that share the same surname. You know, there's a few Greys, a couple of Reeds, a couple of McDonalds as well, but also now 2 players that have the exact same name. Honestly, so frustrating. But anyway, McDonald and McNeil get given contracts there. They both accept them, and also 3 players have their contract come the end of the year, and as you saw, they're all going to be leaving the club once the season finishes. But another look as well at the Youth Squad monthly report. You can see Kirk Young looks pretty decent, as does Kirk Taylor. The Kirks looking pretty decent there, and a couple of other players look alright at best, including the best player, Douglas Reed, 15 years old, 60 overall, 88 to 94 potential. Again, I'm saying nothing, but his potential is not dropping. It's stuck now. 88 to 94 is his potential. So yeah, let's just leave it there because I know I'll jinx it. But still, you see McNeil and McDonald were both given contracts, and you see the final squad report of the season as well. To end season 2, you see the stats and the attributes of the players. There are so many players in this St Johnstone team that show great potential. 2 players have the exciting prospect tag. That's of course Barry, and also the new man Smith as well, and new CM/DM. There are still a few players in this St Johnstone team as we end season 2 that won't have a long-term future here. Players such as Liam Gordon, Brian Easton, Alston, Wotherspoon, who's going to lead the club soon as well, I'm sure. Alston has his contract coming the end of the year, and players like Davidson and Craig as well, who played well this year but are in their 30s now, and will most likely be replaced sooner rather than later. But 2 years through with St Johnstone now, 2 years into this epic project, and I've got to say, I'm liking the progression we're showing right now. You know, I really, really am. You see Ewan McDonald there. I was confused. That's not the one I was thinking of. You know, I'm liking the progression with this St Johnstone team. There's a long way to go, of course, as you know, but we're doing all right, and I think it's been a really, really good second season here in the Premier League, and there's so many positives to build on going into season 3. But still, Ewan McDonald, the second one to join the team, CF striker, listed positions, weak foot 4-star, skill moves 3-star, and he shows great potential as well, so that is just fantastic. So another player showing great potential. We've got a job lot of those in this St Johnstone team, but still pretty decent to have yet another one coming out of the academy that could be good in the future. And I did say as well, we will need a striker for next season. Maybe that Ewan McDonald, not the first one, but the second one, could be the answer to our striker problems next season. He can play as a striker at his second position. CF is his listed first primary position. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But still, a final look at the attributes as well. And again, just briefly on this, you know, it's 2 seasons into this project now. We've got a long way to go, I know that, but I'm liking the progression we are showing right now with this St Johnstone team. It's looking pretty decent, looking pretty youthful. There is a long way to go, but loads of positives to build on. As we go into our first national tournament as well, there are 6 players that have made the cut. You'll see in just a moment's time. I think within 2 more years, if we can qualify for Euro 2020, I'd like to double the amount of St Johnstone players that are going to make that squad. So there'll be 6 going up to the squad for Russia 2018. When it comes to Euro 2020, I want 12. I want to keep on improving year after year, because of course, as you know, the country side of this career mode is half the objective, really. So yeah, we're doing pretty well right now, and it's good to see, both with club and country. But also Logan Reed wanted a new deal. We gave it to him. He accepts his new contract. Didn't ask for much more money, as you saw there. The wage errors, if you will, the wage bugs, still a consistent factor in this game, with young players wanting new contracts but not really caring what it is. And as you can see, these are the 6 players I selected for the Scotland squad as well from St Johnstone: Oliver Burke, Kieran Tierney, Callum Patterson, John Soutar, Logan Reed, and also old man Barry as well. Those 6 players are making a Scotland squad, and you'll see the full Scotland squad in just a moment's time as we go into Russia 2018 in the next episode. So the final thing you'll see with St Johnstone in today's episode to end season 2 is another scouting update from Jack, where we reject a few players and also keep Rob Drummond and Shane Nicholson for the additional scouting, and also our projected lineup for season 3 as well, where I have a question for you to end today's episode 2, and that is, who should be captain for season 3 onwards? Because as you'll see, Maka is going to drop to the bench, Murray Davidson is going to drop to the bench, Ewan McDonald, the second, the striker if you will, is going to partner Chris Kane next season to begin with at least, and also Murray Davidson will drop to the bench in place of Duncan Smith, another exciting prospect. Who should get the captain's armband? I'm torn between Soutar or Patterson right now, but also possibly old man Barry, maybe even Logan Reed, the goalkeeper, possibly the ginger nut on the left side of midfield too. I'm not entirely sure. Who do you think should be captain with St Johnstone for season 3 onwards? Honestly, I don't really know who to give it to. I think there are several key players in that St Johnstone first 11 that could wear the armband for season 3 and beyond. But anyway, to end the episode, as you can see, we do take a look at Scotland's squad for Russia 2018, again beginning in the next episode. there are 6 St Johnstone players making the cut. You see them in this sort of national pool section as well, and you'll see the lineup as well going into the first game and our group as well. I was contemplating calling up another player from St Johnstone to the team and making it 7. That would be the ginger nut, Rob Hamilton, getting the nod ahead of Tom Kearney, but in the end decided to settle on Kearney as he is free ratings higher and can play through the middle as well. I think this national tournament came just one sort of year too early for the ginger boy, and he'll be left at home, so that would have been an awkward family dinner as well, going out to celebrate Barry's inclusion to the Scotland squad, but Rob doesn't make it. Oh, that'll be tough conversation around the dinner table, but anyway, Rob doesn't make it, but Barry does, and this is our St Johnstone, I should say our Scotland side, going into Russia 2018, where our group pits us against Italy, United States, and Cameroon. So I've got to say, we're in Group F, and I think we could qualify as well. Italy will be the favourites to go up as group winners to the knockout stages, but going into that World Cup group, I think we can get through. It'll be tough, but I do believe our first national tournament with Scotland, the first one they qualified for in 20 years, we could possibly make it through out of the group and in to the knockout stage. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, and of course that will begin in the next episode, Russia 2018, so do not miss that, our first national tournament with Scotland in this series. But that will end today's episode of Club and Country, guys, so a massive thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. It was a very basic episode, this one, obviously done because it was the final episode of Season 2 and we just had to simulate some games. But anyway, hopefully you did enjoy it regardless. The next episode will be the first one with Scotland at Russia 2018, so do not miss that, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.